is Senator Stella Oduah, and I represent Anambra North. Mr. President, I want to commend the mover of this motion. It's a very, very critical motion. Mr. President, let me start by saying that the issue we have on decommissioning and not properly cleaning up after decommissioning is quite extensive. The global best practice says that once a decommissioning takes place, there must be a thorough cleanup. And it's very simple. The reason for that is to ensure that the degradation within the environment does not have a lot of adverse effect on the host communities. Mr. President, when oil drilling and exploration is going on, we all know what happens to host communities. They lose their source of livelihood. The environment is properly and improperly, I use the word, improperly managed. And when you go to offshore host communities, you'll be very, very sad, Mr. President. Not just sand, but just touching the sands. You see sand turn from white and its natural color to black. You see fishes just die unnecessarily. And most of these are preventable. The reason why they are preventable, like I said, the global best practice is that funds are set aside for this cleanup. And so when the contract is being signed, the oil company is mandated to set aside funds for this cleaning. But what DPR does is to do annual budgetary provision. So my question has always been, what happens to these provisions? Do they go back to the community for cleanup? Do they even bother to go back to ensure that they put back the sites how they found them? But these are never done. And I think what we need to do also is to ensure that DPR goes back and implements the Global Best Practice Act. Ensure that in all their contracts, when decommissioning is being done, a provision is made and utilized towards the environmental sanitation of that place. And so when they move from site A to site B, they clean up the site and the environment is restored. I think that is essentially what this bill is all about. And I think it's very, very crucial. We need to do that. It's no longer an environment that belongs to the oil company. We have to be in tandem with the global best practice. It's oil company. What they do in Ghana, what they do in other countries should be the same thing they should do here. We need to ensure that host communities are protected from this horrible practice that goes on. Thank you, Mr. President.